So I get a decent amount of DMs on Instagram and TikTok if I've had any more issues with this machine since my first review video. And to kind of recap the first review video, this high frequency board failed shortly after I bought the machine. And with some diagnostic time, Everlast replaced it, and within a few days, the machine was back up and going. So that part was really good. So is there anything about the machine that I'm not a huge fan of? Now, the one thing, this is kind of a double-edged sword. So when the machine runs and you turn it on, these blow a lot of air on both sides. And that is a good thing. I mean, you know that the fans are running and keeping the unit cool. Now, I have put hundreds of hours on this machine at this point. And I can tell you, if you're gonna do a short weld or something like that, the fan thing kind of gets annoying to a certain extent. You have to watch, these fans move a lot of air. So if you're doing any kind of welding, like exhaust work like this, that really requires really good coverage of your shielding gas, you really need to watch how close you put that welder to where you're working. Sometimes I usually stand up a partition right here if I'm doing work on my workbench on something like that. Now, typically speaking, I'm using this to do aluminum. So this is one of my fuel tanks in my office, and it's just a display piece. But this is primarily what I build, and I use that welder for. So one of the other things I get asked is mine set up three-phase or single-phase? Mine is set up single-phase. I run this welder single-phase, and there's a reason why. And that reason why is that all my equipment in my shop is already three-phase, and to have a welder that's three-phase also would be kind of a pain in the ass to have set up and have a circuit specifically for that use. So I set it up single-phase. That's the way I run it. It does require a 50 amp circuit on single-phase, and three-phase 29 amps. So, you know, unlike the 255s, the 255s can run on 110 volt, and they have a little adapter, or they can run 220, you know, single-phase power, which is what most residential homes have. So this one will not do that. You do have to have, you know, single phase, 220 volt power, 240, 208, something like that. And, you know, they have that breakdown in here. But other than that, I mean, the welder has been amazing. You know, I've put hundreds of hours on this thing at this point. And, you know, the main question I get asked is, would you buy another one? 100% I would. And I'm probably going to buy a Typhoon, one for the shop here maybe later this year. And I'm also probably going to do some videos on, you know, TIG welding process with this thing. So if you're interested in something like that, shoot me a DM, you know, like, tag, share, follow. Motivation, keep moving forward on making videos. Thanks, everybody.